Hello children, welcome back to our session. Today we are going to learn about one beautiful concept, that is B reading of Unit 1, The Duck and the Kangaroo. The Duck and the Kangaroo. So here there is a cute conversation between this duck and kangaroo. Duck is upset with something and expects something different from kangaroo. That is what we are going to learn today. How our desires can be fulfilled, how our wants can be fulfilled with the help of our friends and near and dear ones. So here let's begin with our first stanza. The duck and the kangaroo. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop." Who is talking to whom here? Duck is talking with kangaroo. Duck is telling, "Good gracious, how you hop." How you hop means how you jump. You jump so nicely over the fields and the water too. On the fields, over the water, everywhere, wherever you want to, you keep jumping. Hop means jump. You keep jumping as if you never would stop. As if you never stop yourself, you keep jumping and jumping. So duck is observing kangaroo, and duck is in fact very happy seeing, watching kangaroo jumping that way. My life is a bore in this nasty pond. Whose life is bore? Duck's life is boring. Duck tells, my life is boring in this nasty pond. Nasty pond means dirty pond. And I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you, said the duck to the kangaroo. So what is duck telling? Duck tells that I wish I could also hop like you, then I would go for a world tour. I would go out of this nasty pond, dirty pond. My life is so bored. How nice it would be if God would have given me the powers to jump and jump, hop and go for a world tour. Yes, so duck is feeling little low. Let us quickly recap this stanza again. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in this world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. I hope we are clear with this first stanza. Let me move on to the second one. Please give me a ride on your back. Who asked? Duck asked kangaroo to give for a ride on its back. Said the duck to the kangaroo, I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack. So if you observe, ducks say quack. They make the sound quack, quack, quack. So what is this duck trying to convince with this kangaroo? Duck tells, why don't you take me to a ride? I will sit on your back very quietly, very silently. I would sit quite still. Still means without movement, without moving. I will become still. I will become a rock kind of structure. I will become, as I said, I will remain the same way, but I will be just saying quack, quack, quack. Always ducks tell that. Yes, as we speak, as we breathe, for ducks that is must. So it tells, I will sit still on you, but I will just say quack, quack, quack. The whole of the long day through. So look at this for duck. Duck tells, the whole day we will go out for a tour. I am bored in this nasty pond. I can't hop like you. So I expect a tour on your back for a whole day. The whole of the long day throughout the day. And we would go to the D and the Jelly-Boli. Jelly-Boli and D are the places where duck wants to visit, make a visit. Okay, over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride. Oh, do, said the duck to the kangaroo. So the poor duck is requesting kangaroo to take for a ride on its back. It want to sit. It promised that I'll sit still on your back. I'll not move. I'll just say quack quack, and we will go for a whole day tour. Like whole day we will be roaming outside, over the water, over the sea, over the land. Okay, and we would go to the place. What is the name of that place, children? D and the Jelly-Boli. D and the Jelly-Boli, like how we have different names to different places, the same way here D and the Jelly-Boli is the name of the place. Okay, moving on to the third stanza. Said the kangaroo to the duck, this requires some little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck, and there seems but one objection, which is, if you will let me speak so bold. So what is happening here? Kangaroo is also happy with this talk. Kangaroo tells, yes, perhaps this might bring me luck. Maybe I may get some luck after this tour, but there is one objection, and if you want me to tell that objection very clearly in a bold way, tells that your feet are unpleasant, wet and cold. Whose feet? Duck's feet. Duck always lives in water. So duck's feet is always wet and always cold. So kangaroo is telling that your feet is unpleasant, always wet, always cold, and would probably give me the rheumatis, said the kangaroo. Rheumatis is a disease, name of a disease, nerves, disease related to nerves. Chillness is called rheumatis. So what is kangaroo telling? Kangaroo is perhaps very happy about this trip. But what is happening? Just one point is restricting kangaroo from this world tour. What is that? The cold, always wet, unpleasant feet of duck. And it is in fact scared that this chillness of duck's feet may lead to the disease rheumatis. Okay, this is frightening thing for kangaroo. This is the only thing which is obstructing or restricting kangaroo to take duck to a world tour. Said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely. See, the duck is so smart. So what is duck telling? Yeah, I know that clearly. When I sat on the rocks, I observed it completely. As I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely. I thought about it also, what to do. And I bought 4 pair of worsted socks which fit my web feet neatly. So duck already had a plan of having this conversation with kangaroo about world tour, and duck also thought what might restrict or what might be an obstacle to go for this world tour. So when duck sat on the rock, it had a thought, yes, my feet is always cold and this might cancel the tour. So I already thought, duck tells, I already thought about this when I sat on the rock. So I bought 4 pair of socks to wear. When I wear and sit on your back, you will not be caught by cold. And to keep out the cold, I have bought a cloak, and every day a cigar I will smoke. All to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. So what is this duck telling? I know I observed all these things. I am pretty aware about my feet, wet feet, and that might lead to rheumatis, and I know all these things. So I made all the arrangements. I brought socks to wear, and to avoid this chillness in my body, I cigar every day, means I smoke every day to make my body warm. Then what happened? Kangaroo tells, said the kangaroo, I am ready, all in the moonlight pale. But to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady. So what is kangaroo telling? Kangaroo is telling that yes, then let's rock the trip, let's go for a world tour, and to balance properly you should sit steadily, my dear duck. You should sit at the end of my tail. So away they went in a hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times round. So not once, not twice, they went for a world tour thrice. And who so happy? Oh, who? As the duck and the kangaroo. Who will be happy here? Both duck and kangaroo, both will be very, very happy. It is duck who made the things possible for a world tour, and it is kangaroo who made the things possible and who took that dynamic step of going for a world tour. Not once but thrice, 3 times these two creatures have gone for a world tour. So how many of us are planning for a world tour? Is that possible now? I don't think so. You all should grow up, you all should get settled in a very good position in your future time, and then go for a world tour along with your parents and your family. Okay? So don't go all alone, go along with your family members. That is the best time you will spend. Not if world tour is not possible, go for a tour in India. That will be a memorable time in your life. Okay? So that's all about the topic, the duck and the kangaroo. And in page number 18, we have about the poet. Edward Lear was a British artist, illustrator, author and poet, renowned today primarily for his literary nonsense in poetry and prose. In his childhood, he suffered from ill health. See, all the time these poets or authors, most of the things what they write will be directly or indirectly connected to their life. Whatever they write, children, that must be their own experience, what happened in their life, or they must be witness of that, or they must have observed that in someone who was close to their heart. Okay, in their neighbor's family, or in their relative's family, or in their family, or with he himself or she herself. It is all their experiences. One experiences can make a beautiful story, can frame a beautiful poetry. So all these poets, it is all mixture of their experiences. So here if you observe, Edward Lear also suffered from ill health during his childhood days. Maybe because of that, maybe because that thought registered in his brain, he added the name of the disease rheumatis in this. Somewhere or the other their experiences will reflect in their writing. And shall I tell you something which is a very secret thing what I observe? Whenever I conduct test for my children, I give them an essay writing or a letter writing, some topic I give to them, I assign to them, and they write. And you students, children, you will write your experiences. Just observe. When a topic is given, whatever you know, you will write. Yes, how do you get to know? It is your experience, and you will add your imagination to that. So, to know about a person, ask them write something, give a topic, ask them write, all their life experiences will come onto that paper. That is one of the best things I observed in my teaching career. To know the psychological condition of a student, throw an essay, they will write and give it back to you, you will know what kind of psychological situation they are undergoing. Okay, so after a long decline in health, he died of heart disease, and on and on and on about the poet. So here I request you all to read this poem, underline wherever necessary the difficult words, and write meanings to them. Of course, here we have our glossary too, and make your own self-study notes. Thank you, students.